Hi and welcome to my channel. This is will be the first official posted video, so welcome. And if this resonates with you, please do hit the like button. If you think it'll resonate with anybody else in particular, please do send it with them. As mothers and as women, we need to sometimes come together and help each other out in the sense of sharing information. And let's just see where we go to. Please keep in mind, if something doesn't resonate with you or you're making it fit, then it's not for you, and leave it for whoever it's meant for. And stepping aside, allowing what needs to come. Okay. I've got the full card. Okay. I'm just being guided to stop here, and also let's just figure this out. I do apologize for the what's the word I'm looking for? The sort of imperfect video, but I am a new mother myself. I've got an 11-month-old. She's almost here, and so if I wait for the time to actually get everything perfect, well, as you all know, it'll take me quite a while to get this done, and I thought I would rather, well, I guess my message today, and that's kind of what guided this, is don't strive for perfection, strive for authenticity. And anyway, that's what got me to finally get this video done. Okay, so firstly, we've got the full energy, which I mean is just very, very beautiful and appropriate for that the energy of a newborn, or the energy that we sometimes get in when we are excited about something and it's a completely blank canvas. So while we're in this energy, I am seeing that for some of you, you might be going through a partnership split, and there's some financial issues we see here with the Six of Pentacles being inverted, and that's Frankie, my cat, who just wants to be part of this. So I am seeing that there is some trauma taking place, while at the same time something new is being built. Let's see and pull a few more cards so that we can get a clearer message. But for some of you, I do have this feeling that there is this split in marriage, relationship. The only word that's coming to me is baby daddy, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I'm starting to get this clearer image. I'll bring the cards up to the camera in a bit if just so you can see. But what I am seeing is that for a lot of you, I'd say most of you, currently at the end of a cycle, at the end of a long journey, a judgment, and you have a lot of, there's some releasing that needs to occur for you to kind of get past that 10, right? You're right there. You're right on the desert. You're just got to walk that little bit further. And in this journey, what's coming to me is that a lot of you are already very connected to your guides, your higher self, your oversoul. There are different levels of connection, right? Some people have actual conversations, some people get little pings, some people get body sensations. It's different for everyone. But I do feel that for the person or the people that this reading's for, you do already have at least the beginnings of a connection to your higher self. And it's kind of through this journey that has finally taken you to that point of getting there, right? So but with this, there's been a lot of pain. We see the 10 of Pentacles there, and I just want to make sure that what is for many of you, I get the feeling that there's been a huge imbalance in the family home, which is also pulling us back to this, as I said, this partnership split, this parenting split. Not necessarily divorce, but division comes in many ways or forms. An energetic division. You guys could be on different different levels, different vibrations. It could just be distance. There are many reasons. It doesn't necessarily mean the end of a relationship, but there is definitely some power struggle taking place. Okay, and all the while this imbalance and this pain and suffering, I can see that you're trying very hard, and you are always coming back to self, always coming back to center, always coming back to your mantras. And for some of you it's easier than it is for others. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so I've got the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. Both about the 8 of Pentacles, having the ducks in a row, everything in order, and then you've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about, well, not all about, but what's coming to me is you're planting the seeds for your future, but also somebody you've already done it, is what's coming to me, is you've already done it, you know what to do, be calm, just follow yourself, is what comes to me. Okay, and while we're, how do I put this? There's all these 9s and these 1s. There's this beginning and ending, and more than one beginning, more than one ending, all at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. Especially, from my perspective, or from my personal experience, it's quite a lot to go through just having a child alone. So let's see what other guidance is there. I came across this deck. Where's the box? And actually, initially I thought it said femental, and I thought feminine, I don't know, I sort of glanced at it, but oh, sorry, not sure what happened there. But when I picked it up, I didn't really bother reading further because it just had such a great energy to it. So I just grabbed it, coming home to realize it's elemental, but just an absolutely beautiful deck. I will put the names of whichever decks I use in the description box. Okay. Okay. We've got Spiritual Awakening. I was told to draw 3. We've got Inspiration and Creativity. So this other picture is becoming slightly clearer. And we've got Cumbersome. Okay. So fortunately my space isn't quite big enough for you to see all the cards. Hopefully I'll be able to rectify that at some stage. Okay, so for a lot of, I have been noticing that, and I'm getting ear ringing, so I'm just going to go with everything that's coming through right now. I have been noticing that, I mean, I was spiritually awake before giving birth to my daughter, but since giving birth to her, things have changed for me in the most dramatic and beautiful of ways. And I have noticed that, and there's this mom and baby yoga group that I belong to, and I've suddenly noticed that there are a lot of these really, really young moms that weren't quite spiritual, and they're starting to ask these questions. So, obviously we all know, like, giving birth essentially is the greatest connection that you can get to Gaia, right? It just, you suddenly realize that what the mother of all mothers goes through, not so much the birthing, but just being there for another human and loving them intensely, and all that comes with loving something so intensely and precious. So yeah, and it's quite overwhelming, I think. So I think at the beginning of this recording, I started with, I'm rushed to get this video out because I truly believe that there is a need for it. So to whoever this finds, I hope that you find some guidance and peace and just some love and understanding that you are not alone in whatever you are going through. Because along with this spiritual awakening, there's this inspiration and creativity, and they're both they're often very, very beautifully connected. So I have seen here in the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands that there is this, once I come back to this, there is this a building of something new, right? They're getting ducks in a row, this break, that there is the building of something new. Not necessarily a business, it could be. I think for some of you it could be, for some of you it might just be truly just learning to express yourself again creatively. You're suddenly writing poems or painting, or I don't know, a desire to be in the garden. It's different for all of us. But as we are awakening and we're inspired and we're coming out of our shells, because often, a lot of us were in hermits during the last stages of pregnancy, if to any of you who have newborns. And so, and spiritually, a lot of us have just been in hermit because the outside world is quite overwhelming at times. But regardless, I do see that you, for many of you at least, you've been coming out and wanting to come out. yeah, there's this joy that sort of wants to be spread, this light that sort of wants to leak. And then we get to this cumbersome, which is what I'm seeing going on, here. Is that there's a lot of I'm actually going to read the little insert from the book for this particular card, just as I've been guided to. But there's a lot of baggage. Well, not necessarily a lot. I think for some of you, it's like a little bit of baggage, but it packs a punch. Like it's maybe been years and years and years in the making, or lifetimes in the making. But it's not hindering you. And for some of you, it is very much in your present day life. As I said, there's this. For some of you, there is this relationship divide that is quite painful, and also I must just say that throughout all of this, right, this pain, this trauma, this sort of these two things happening simultaneously, like this shedding, right, and can't tell you who said it, but it's just come to me, and it's darkness shapes the light. And that for those of you who are really, really in extremely difficult situations, just keep that in mind, that this is, you're coming to the end of the road. There's just some lessons that you have to learn, some things that you're holding on to that are no longer in your highest good. So let's quickly find this in the book. Hopefully it won't take me too long. Unfortunately there are no numbers on the cards, so it's very much a flick through the book. Well, if you're getting little glimpses, it's quite obviously African inspired, and for those of you who don't recognize my accent, that's actually where I'm from Africa, but I'm from South Africa, and okay, I feel like we are getting there. Okay, so the weight you're carrying is making you stagnant, and it will get heavier with time until you put it down or it slips out of your hands. The load that no longer serves you, the load that does not belong to you, the load that is hard to abandon. Feel it, understand it, and then set yourself free from any cumbersome burdens. You may feel as though you're in control, but you're using too much energy holding and managing all that weight. And this is the call to use what you have learned to restore balance within yourself. It is your responsibility to trust yourself in knowing what will liberate you, because now all is yours to sustain. Because not all is yours to sustain. When you make the space, the lessons you need to learn will then be revealed. Okay, so it gives a few little things, and it's what comes to your mind about yourself when you think of heavy. What scares you the most about yourself? What do you do when you are stressed or anxious? Okay, and then it's got a little take action. So for those of you who this reading really, really resonates with, you might want to make a note of this. So confront the burdens you are carrying and evaluate them. Decide what it is you have room to carry and set those boundaries in your life. Okay, so I'm just gonna give each of these decks another little shuffle and see if anything pops out, or if there's anything else that spirit, universe, or beautiful guides and whoever that's coming through. Yeah, so sorry about that. My screensaver pops on and I sort of have this concern about whether or not the camera is still filming, and honestly I'm not sure. I'm sure it is, but so okay. Okay. So there we've got indifference and very much, I should not put that over there, but very much what I'm seeing here, right, this absolute divide, this split. So for those of you who are going through actual relationship divides or breakups, or I'm just going to give this a read for you. I'm wondering if I can just screenshot or just photograph and add it, but probably not. So let's just take the time to find it, and so that it can be shared with all of those that it is meant for. There we go. Okay. As a spiritual being living a human experience, remember that your core is heart-centered. Pain and trauma can have us turn to indifference as a defense mechanism. It can stem from buying into systems that value life and the humanity of some but not all. Indifference presents itself through acting cold and unmotivated, passionless and uninterested. Once you disconnect, you begin aligning with detachment and separation. It is the acceptance of dissociating that cultivates much of our anguish. Indifference is violent and harmful, especially when your neighbor's well-being is of no consequence to you. Apathy is a lack of response. Reasonably, all individuals have experienced joy, fear, pain, sadness, disgust, and surprise. To bridge with others, push past artificial gaps, and honor humanity. If we choose to deny humanity in others, we ultimately deny it in ourselves. Okay, so you see this divide. It's sort of okay. So I had a feeling. So basically, I'm just gonna shuffle things around because I do just need you guys to see this one thing. So for some of you, for those of you who this relationship divide, this parental separation is taking place, right? I've always been like, this is you and your power, this is you and your power. And I'm speaking to the yous who this resonates with, of course. And so I must apologize for all the ums. When I'm a bit nervous, I do sort of use the as my pause. Yes, so as they were saying in the beginning, it was you and your power, and I was wondering, what does this have to do? So for some of you who are really, really in the battle of of staying right here in this Zen, you for those of you who do yoga, like the tree pose, and yeah, and you're a dreamer, but you are dealing with a very, very different energy, very opposite energy, a much lower vibrational energy in your household or in your, and it's causing conflict, massive conflict. So yes, that little write-up was what to be aware of, so that you remember where you've come from. You know, you've done this journey, you've been through this, you've learned many lessons in this lifetime. As a light worker, it's impossible not to. And yeah, so that was just a little, like, remember, it was just a nice little nudge from for all the grandmothers out there, you know, in the non-physical, to just go, like, you know, two wrongs don't make a right. Sometimes it's about perspective as opposed to right or wrong, right? If you keep focusing on right or wrong, then it can make you bitter. It also, you know, what you think, how you see the world is what the world reflects back to you. Okay, so yeah, you know, keeping that in mind, which is not easy to do, especially in a heated situation like that, which I feel, you know, there's a significant portion of you who are actually not just going through yeah, like, I don't know, just a tiff or like a friendship spat, or some of you are actually really going through like the big break. So yeah, and I guess that's actually what I will title this video, for those of you going through the big break, and just make sure that there's nothing else that they want to bring attention to, but just I'm getting the sense that there might be some guidance for this balance. Okay, so for those of you that are also dealing with this release, right? Because for many of you, you're shedding old versions of yourself and allowing this new you to come in, right? And for those of you that are going through that particular aspect right now, the message is that you're almost there. Like, you're not very far from the finish line. Just hold true to yourself. Find balance, right? The end is exceptionally close. Like, you're almost there. Okay, so to all of those who took the time to watch this, thank you. If anything resonated with you, please hit the like button, and yeah, have a beautiful day.